Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like worth living, should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it crack to the kids, who the hell cares? One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as your brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take a brother if it's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but they changed. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. I'm Reed, that's Cameron, this is MRC Garage. In today's video, we're gonna be taking this D-Series all apart and gonna be putting it into that box.
I gave you my heart.
So I went to Home Depot, got some particle board, got a nice box, and got some bubble wrap. So we're gonna be taking the girdle off. We're gonna be taking this down to a bare block, 100% bare block, and ship it out to CSS Racing for getting it prepped for 700 horsepower. So we've got a lot of cleaning to do. We're gonna go ahead and we got Cam's old motor. If you haven't checked out Cam's K-Series Destruction, the video's on our channel. It did really well, actually. So we're gonna go ahead and clean up all this junk right here, and we're gonna move my engine on the engine stand over here, and we're gonna start taking everything off of it, and we're gonna go ahead and box it up, and we're gonna show you guys the proper way to box up an engine block to ship it out for a very low cost. So the box was like $1.40. The particle board was, well, I wouldn't say $34 altogether, right? It was like $34 altogether and another $50 for shipping. So I mean, to do it nice and safely, if you really care about your engine, instead of just wrapping it in bubble wrap and throwing it in a box and calling it good. This guy was a former package handler, and I was a former package handler. So I know how shit gets tossed around at FedEx, UPS, at anywhere in the world. Alright, so we got everything cleaned up, as you can see. Now, anyways, we're going to get started. So what we got going on for today, we've got to take the girdle off. We've got to take all the accessories off. Bare block this thing, just like the Z6. Clean it up. So we've got bubble wrap. I'm going all out on this box, by the way. I'm literally going all out. I don't just want to wrap it in bubble wrap, toss it in a box, and pray for the best, or any of that nonsense. So I went the extra mile. I got particle board I'm going to be putting on I'm going to cut it to size, and show you guys when we get to that step, show you how to properly box an engine using cardboard and not using a wooden box. Wooden box would be a little bit heavier, a lot more safer, but I want to show you guys how you can do this cost effectively with little to no money. It's just 30 bucks in supplies. I know it seems like a lot, but when you're building an engine, I wouldn't cheap out on shipping or any of that. So we're going to show you guys how to properly build a box to ship your motor. For you V8 lovers, don't even ask me, because I don't touch those things. Those things have diseases like this over here. That's why it's in a bag. Like I said, I'm going to quit blabbing. Really don't know.
We do not have any degreaser.
So, well, we're looking for degreaser. I'm all over the place right now. I don't want to go ahead and use an impact on any of this. Normally I would, but for some reason I have a strange feeling that I don't want to damage anything using an impact. Like I said, normally I'll just impact everything off, disassemble it, and then reassemble it with a torque wrench and torque everything to spec. Yeah, it's still fun. So, anyways, I don't know if I should show them the update. So, here's a little update of where Boosted's gone. Hopefully I'll add this into the video as well. If not, here's what we got so far. So, in one of our other videos, we got Cameron's wheel on. I got the Buddy Club seat rails on. Buddy Club is mounted, and out back we've got a 20-gallon fuel cell, which is going to hold a hell of a lot of E85 and going to be able to make long road trips. So I didn't want to go with a 15-gallon or a 10-gallon fuel cell. I wanted the big boy. So that way when I run pump gas or E85 with a flip of a switch, I can go a long ways. Hondas are already known to go long ways, and at high horsepower, I'm not so sure at 600 horsepower how much fuel, how much fuel it's going to be consuming, how long it's going to last, how many pulls you can do before you're on half tank. I wanted to go all out and get the biggest fuel cell I could get, and this is what I come across for pretty cheap. It is eBay. It's an eBay special, but the welds look good. Everything looks good on it. There's a socket that just fell. So without any further ado, we're gonna get to cracking on this, and we're gonna give you guys a time lapse of pulling everything apart, and then we'll get to boxing it up and showing you the proper way to box an engine, and that's gonna wrap things.
I see no changes. Wake up in the morning and I ask myself, it's like worth living, should I blast myself? I'm tired of being poor and even worse, I'm black. My stomach hurts, so I'm looking for a purse to snatch. Cops give a damn about a Negro. Pull a trigger, kill a nigga, he's a hero. Get it crack to the kids, who the hell cares? One less hungry mouth on the welfare. First ship them, don't let them deal with brothers. Give them guns, step back, watch them kill each other. It's time to fight back, that's what Huey said. 2 shots in the dark, now Huey's dead. I got love for my brothers, but we can never go nowhere unless we share with each other. We gotta start making changes. Learn to see me as your brother instead of 2 distant strangers. And that's how it's supposed to be. How can the devil take my brother if he's close to me? I let it go back to when we played as kids, but then it changed. That's the way it is. That's just the way it is. I see no changes, all I see is racist faces. Misplaced hate makes disgrace to races. We under, I wonder what it takes to make this one better place. Let's erase the wasted. Take the evil out the people, they'll be acting right. Cause both black and white, and smoke a crack tonight. And the only time we kill is when we kill each other. It takes skill to be real time to heal each other. And although it seems evident, we ain't ready to see a black president. It ain't a secret, don't conceal the fact the penitentiary's packed and it's filled with blacks. But some things will never change.
What's up, guys? We got the engine all torn apart, as you can see in the time lapse. So it is quite dirty. They do offer, CSS does offer a $75 jet wash that I'll probably do. We went ahead off camera and taped up the box completely. I went across it from here, from like left to right and right to left. And this whole area is all covered with tape. A little, I wouldn't say overkill for me, maybe for some people, but started filming a little late, but better late than never. And we're gonna continue with this packaging and show you what I think is, I'm not even gonna say decent, what I think is a very well way to package an engine like this, for say, for a small D series or B or any small 4-cylinder. So what we got here is a box we picked up from Home Depot. We have some particle board, and last but not least, we have our bubble wrap. The shit is quite expensive. If you buy it offline and wait, you're gonna save a whole lot of money. We just went to Home Depot and grabbed all this stuff, and it was a total of $30 and like 32 cents or something like that. A bit on the pricey end, but at the same time, like I said, I'm not gonna cheap out on shipping. Whether or not we bought a right size box, I think we did okay. Just a little test fit here.
That should be
good. Like I said, I love the way this is fitting so far. And so
wouldn't even know there's a motor in there.
And like I said, So that's perfect. What we're gonna do, I did buy the thick, they only have the thick kind, and they're $5 a piece, which is total of $10 in foam. And the deal is, I should have bought more, but like I said, it was $33 for all this.
And we're broke.
I'm gonna try and make it work. I'm gonna cut these into sections, lay it in the box, and like I said, just explained a minute ago, keep it from shifting back and forth, and lay one on top, and fully secure it, and then bubble wrap it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some measurements, what I need to cut, and we'll get back. Got the particle board here. Like I said, I was gonna take some measurements, but I'm just gonna go ahead, lay this like that, get my box, get your box, set it on there. So we're gonna, pretty straightforward. Not a whole lot's gonna be cut out. Make it a little smaller. I want it to be a real tight fit. That way it's pretty snug. So I'm gonna do that. It's like,
That's already flush on that side?
yep, it's flush on this side. And we're gonna take our marker. And then with these excess pieces, I can cut them in lines and stack them together. So there's no wasting involved. Like you could stack this particle board together, glue it, tape it, stack it together, and make wedges out through the whole entire box and not have to waste any of it. Because this is quite expensive. They're $5 a piece. So
Yeah, especially for how small it is.
for how small it is, for what we're using it for. I mean,
Especially $5 and we're cutting it up.
You can pick fun, do whatever. This is the way that, this is how I do it. Like, I don't see any other way. Like, I'm not using packing peanuts. I'm not using any bullshit. It's literally, this is how you would do it if it was a wooden box. If I would use wood and build my own little box around it to wear it, but that's going to come out to a couple $100 to ship it in a wood crate. I'm not about to ship anything in a wood crate for the weight of this is nothing. You add wood to it, you're cranking up.
Dude, that's only like 5 or 10 pounds for that
it's
engine.
not that heavy.
And honestly, with as much tape as you put on the bottom, dude, with that engine, that's overkill, dude. I don't even think it
You're not
needed
punching
it.
a hole through this. You're not. It's got too much support on it. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna cut the. Hopefully, we can use a razor knife. I've never cut this.
It's on the back. It's right there.
I've never cut.
If anything, there's that knife, but that thing's not sharp at all.
What?
My switchblade right there. Dude, there was the.
Where's the? I have the foam knife.
Oh, that little black one?
Yeah.
I thought it was on top of the EG. It's that little extendo razor.
Right here.
You got it?
Yeah. So here's the DeWalt. If you guys go check out my dash build video, I do use this trusty DeWalt blade to build the whole dash right there and there. We'll get back to that in a little bit once we start the 2J builds. So for those of you who don't know, we have a 2JZ project that is put on hold. We want at least 75 or 85 subscribers before we start on that. So go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe. What? Don't do what? What?
It's bendy. It's not tight, and that's why it's doing that.
What? What? Watch.
She's like, fuck that, dude. You fucking idiot.
Watch this.
No!
Yeah, you've almost fucked up again.
I'm gonna cut it out.
Don't do it.
Okay, that was clean. That was clean. That was clean. That was clean. All right, fucking stop before you cut off a finger or some shit.
Stop!
She's freaking out. Alright. Well, no.
Hey, he's a grown-ass man. I can't tell him to do anything.
Well, I used to do this shit with my butterfly knife and throw it in the air and then catch it. I'd cut my hand wide open all the time. Like,
fuck that. I'm not doing
learn
that
from
shit.
trial and error. I never had a trainer's knife either to throw up and practice.
Dude, I thought fucking butterfly knives were illegal because my cousin had the training one. I'm like, I want a real one, but I don't want to fuck myself up.
No, they're not. They're illegal if they're over 5 inches.
Damn.
You can get
No, I'm thinking of switchblades. Then those
Oh,
ones
you
that
can
you
have those
fucking
too.
the ones that are spring loaded, the
Yeah,
ones
you go
that
up
fucking
and down, or
no,
they
the
go up to the
button.
side. Yeah, the button. You can have
I thought those were illegal here because you fucking have them in your pocket and they sit there and
Ain't nothing
stab
illegal
you.
here. It's the state of Illinois. The law states it can't be over 5 inches. It don't matter what type of knife it is. I don't care what
I'm
type
going to
of
jail
knife you
then.
have.
I'm going to
I don't
jail.
give a fuck what type of knife you have. I'd love for a police officer to say, I am taking you to jail or I'm
Dude, I had a hunting knife in my car the
Literally.
first time I wrecked. He's like, I got a knife in my. Oh, we don't care. It's like
No.
fucking 15-inch
Nobody
blade,
gives a
but
fuck.
okay.
I cut.
No, I don't want you fucking anything. So
I cut stuff before. You're gonna fuck it up.
trying to stay on the line as much as we can here. Now I'm not so sure that's all the way through, but that's okay. This is just
It's
our,
not, but we got that razor, so it'll be okay. Whatever you don't make it through, that razor's definitely going through.
and like I said, this is a tedious process, guys. Take your time. Don't skip out on any of this. This is your engine. This is money. Always take your time with what you're doing. Have fun.
And
And
don't rush, because
don't rush.
that's
Don't-
breaking material
Don't
you
ever
just wasted
rush
money on.
anything. Like if you rush, it just you're putting stress on yourself. You're putting stress on other people. It's just I'm not a rushy type of person. Like if I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it right and take my time on my own time. You know, it's a tedious process. So the more you rush, just remember if you rush something and it comes out like shit.
It's
That's
your
why.
fault.
It's your fault. Like body work, for instance. This right here. This is not prepped right. I mean, Lewis just went over it and sprayed it, and look what happened. You can look and see all the imperfections, everything. The whole part, it's not prepped right. Preparation is everything. Perfect preparation equals perfect execution. If you do not prepare food correctly and go and cook it, you're going to get a shitty meal. If you take your time and cook something, you're going to have something to eat. If you brush this, you're going to have a shitty box and a shitty setup. It's not going to work. So just keep in mind, guys, if you ever feel the need to rush, just remember, slow down, take a breather, take a break, and come back to it, because there's no need to rush anything. There's a reason why I don't have the subframing. There's a reason why the build videos kind of put on hold when we did Cameron's K-Series. I was hoping to send the Cameron's K-Series out with the D-Series and get 2 blocks with the CSS block guard in. And that didn't happen because Cameron's, as you guys seen in the last video, if you haven't, go check it out. That block is trash. I don't want to hear anyone say, just put new sleeves in it or some stupid comment. That block is done for. I won't. There's Lewis tracked me up and said,
It's
"Oh, we can
fixable.
fix it, dude. We can put new dark sleeves, the dark wet sleeves." I'm not sure the stock sleeves even come out, and usually dark sleeves go in the stock sleeve, and that's it. Like you have a big chunk out, and you put a dark sleeve in with a chunk out, and JB weld the big chunk back in. That's just it'd be a fun, crazy drill, but
That's just going to be a time
that'd
bomb.
be 100% just send it and knock everybody's socks off and run like a 9 or
Right.
on a fucking junkyard piece of shit and beating everybody with $1,000.
Right.
But enough said. Like I said, take your time. Don't rush. I'm just blabbing. We've got our piece cut out finally.
Oh, well.
Not the cleanest. It looks like the cleanest, sexiest cut on this side, but it's okay. It's done, like I said.
As long as it
As
works.
long as it works and it fits, we might have to trim down some more. More than likely, because it was the exterior of the box, we're going to have to trim it down more.
Yeah, a little bit more. Or just squeeze it in there.
I wanted it to be a tight fit, but
But just be careful pushing it down, because it'll fucking snap. Yeah.
there we go. I'll just strip a corner off. Alright guys, so check that out. So phase 1 complete. there we have it. So the next step would be we're going to wrap the block. We're going to wrap it all up in bubble wrap. We're going to set it in there. And then I'm going to build wedges that's going to hold it and keep it from going in place.
Actually, you just gave me another idea.
And
because this is so tightly fit, we could just remake that, bubble wrap it, and then just fucking push that down, and it's not going anywhere. Because look, this, just make another one for the top and then just slide it down.
all right, well, we'll see. I have an idea of going block here, and then half and half, half and half, and keeping a overall support from the engine moving. And then if we have enough, which I don't think we will, to have one put on top. But we're just going to keep going, keep being creative, and figure out the next step. I have it all thought out in my head, and sometimes when you think processes out in your head, it doesn't always plan out. But so far, it looks like we're trucking along super well. Cameron's got the bubble wrap. We're going to go ahead and wrap the block up,
First orange
keep the
bubble
box
wrap
to the
I've
side,
ever seen. It's pretty cool.
and we're going to keep going. So now I'm going to go ahead and put it in the box and start making supports for the side, and we'll see what we're working with in just a second. Kind of tweaked out when I did the measurements. This one was a little bit shorter than I wanted, so I'm going to go ahead and stick these in here and see, just do a visual. So don't do that.
Because if anything, I'll just tape it.
Wow, the dog's ripping.
We're gonna fix it with tape.
Or securing it and then taping everything.
I'll go right there. Perfect. So, make two. This one was going to be a little shorter because it was uneven. You know, I cut it. You know, it's going to be a little shorter. I didn't hit it. The length of the square or whatever wasn't a perfect. Wasn't too perfect, but it doesn't have to be 100%. It's just got to keep it from shifting around. The reason I want to use this camera is to keep the box from flexing. Take this support out, what I made, and we'll replace it with this guy. Come over here. So these are just going to slide in just like that. Take the wrap, squish it nice and tight. You know, now we just have this part to worry about. This is pretty strong, and once we tape it overall, it should be A-okay. So now what we're going to do...
You can just fill the rest of that space with the foam.
No, you're not going to do this.
No, like these, because it's already locked in place.
No.
Just put one across.
No, with this. I'm using all the particle board so it doesn't have it's not going to flex whatsoever.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, make one out of these.
Yes.
But we don't have another one for each side, though.
There we go. Like I said, guys, running out of material, it's gonna be okay. It's when you come in handy with your imagination and you make shit. So, same shit right here. So I'll go ahead and cut this one right. Well, actually, we'll just do a whole chop right there. And now we grab our tape. Let's do one wrapped around. Put this one like so. And then we'll add our third. So, just enough to hold it together, and you look, and take some of this out, wedge it in there just like so, and there you go. So then we can add, is that all of our bubble wrap?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, so that's all of it? Alright,
Yeah,
so
we
we got
used
one
most
more.
of it to wrap it up.
We've got one more piece right here. I'm gonna go ahead and cut. Right here. Right there. Here. Grab this board. So, maybe a little tight, but tight ain't always a bad thing. The tighter the better. And for those empty gaps right here, I'm going to go ahead and fill in our spaces. Not liking the way it did rip, but
And then there, and then we'll just tape it all together. Get the tape and I'll hold it. Yeah. You're killing me, Smalls. Mention that we already put the note.
all right, guys. Last but not least, this is probably going to be the end of the video. We've got the engine all boxed up. Everything's ready to go. We need to slip the note in with all of our services that we're wanting for this block and ship it out. And it's probably going to take about 2 to 6 weeks for everything. They said that if I have everything on the note perfect, all my information, everything, they'll get to work right away. That way we don't have to call me and all this other shit and invoice me, and then they get to work on it right away. I got an email from them with a list of instructions. So we're going to go ahead and get to cracking on that. And next video, we're going to be finishing up the fuel cell back here. Going to have to go to Scram Speed to get some push lock fittings for AN push lock fittings. I don't want to use any of this, and the hose that was provided to this fuel cell is not for E85. This hose right here will actually deteriorate over time and start to leak. So can't use that. So got to wait for, I got to get two 12-foot E85 hoses so we can get started on the fuel cell. And then after we get the fuel cell all mounted up, I have to run, I don't know if I'm going to run all thread through the bottom of there to level it, but the fuel cell is level right now. It is 100% dead even level, dead nuts, whatever you want to call it. I had to come up with some brackets and I got to weld them in. So after I get that buttoned up, that'll be in the next video. And then we will go and start with the subframe or K-member. mounting that back up. Can't mount that back up until the fuel lines are ran. For the way it bolts up, you wouldn't be able to fish the fuel lines through. And I want to route them in a manner to where they're all routed up, and I put the K-member up, they won't get caught or pinched. So I want to be sure and just take my time with everything, take out all the junk that doesn't need to be there, and route everything nice and neat. And then we'll probably go through the transmission, and yeah. So might get a new intercooler, might not. Definitely getting new boost piping. So stay tuned for the D series.
Wait, you still have that intercooler clamp that I bought?
We gotta stop interrupting when I'm filming, guys.
Oh, I thought you already. My bad.
This asshole, this fucking scumbag right here.
I'm sorry.
Look at this scumbag. Look
I'm
at
sexy
this.
though.
Look at this scumbag. Interrupted me every time.
He just wants to see me naked. That's why. He's just.
Ain't nobody want to see your ass naked, Cam.
Don't lie.
I'm gonna okay, just
all
for that, just
all the sexy ones, just hit me up.
Just for that, okay. You're gonna see his ass in this video. I'm gonna have to blur it out.
Yeah, my ass isn't that.
His ass always hangs out every time we're filming.
Hey,
I'm always cutting
I got
his
the
ass.
hanging out, so I'm doing the plumbing for the gas lines then.
All right, he's a
Can't
plumber.
do plumbing without fucking ass hanging out.
Yeah, that's true. All right, guys, so this is going to be it for today's video. I hope you liked it. Go smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Once again, I am Reed. This is Cameron. Lewis is not here with us today. This is MRC Garage. And like I said, next video, we're going to be really tearing into the hatch, getting some work done. And when we reach 75 subscribers, we've got a real treat for you. So we're going to be finishing up the dash. If you haven't checked out one of my old videos, of when I started the 2J truck build, I'm making a super dash. We're gonna have some nice badass gauges here. This has got to be all resurfaced, all more fiberglass. It's got a lot of work to be done with that, but I'll walk you through. I got a very detailed video on how I built that and how you could do something similar if you wish. We've got this bad boy right over here. We got a 2JZ GTE non-VVTi. I got the intake and all the stock components, all the stock bullshit. Threw all that away, getting completely aftermarket, as much vacuum delete as I can. And what the fuck is this scumbag doing?
I'm fixing my K-series like Lewis told me, bro. I thought if I'd get all the rust off, it'd start back up, you know? Like, scraping all this. So as soon as all this rust is gone, this will magically fix itself.
Fucking scumbag, man. Fucking interrupting me in the videos every time.
I got to, bro. I'm your brother.
Oh. Alright, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like. Make sure you smash that like button. Comment, if you will. And comment, see what you would like to see in the future. What you think would be a good idea for the build, for the Honda build. We are shooting for at least 600 horsepower in a D series to smash everybody's ego with H, B, K, and what other?
J.
It's just a fucking Honda. Slap it together, as I always say. Most people aren't like that. They like to build it nice and showy. I mean, I had a vice grips and a couple things, for crying out loud, holding my hoses together just so I would have brakes, and I still beat people with, $1,000 in their engine, and I had maybe leftover parts, eBay parts. Not eBay, more like leftover parts off Facebook, what people didn't use anymore. So
I thought you used some of the stuff from your Cavalier too.
Yeah, I did actually. The intercooler, the piping, a lot of shit. The car's a slut, so I mean,
she's beautiful though.
I like to take the smallest engine I could find, which is a D series, and technically I'm wrong. It is a D15, but
no,
it's the same.
Technically you're still wrong. Whatever comes in a Geo, that's a 3-cylinder.
Okay, you're right. All right, well, for the Honda world, anyways, everyone hates the D series. Everyone takes out a D series. Even Lewis gives me shit every day of the week when he's here off camera. He's talking shit, talking smack. A D series it's trash. You're going to put $5,000 into it, not get 200 horsepower, blah, 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 which is...
Technically, he can't bitch.
Technically, he's so wrong. He's so... For all motor setup, yeah, you're only going to get... I think the world record is like 250 or 265 or 215, yeah.
A-series
it's like, yeah, for a small motor, for all motor would be like 215 horsepower all motor. I'm
That's
not going
just-
all
that's
motor.
just like
You put
K-Series
boost to
and
you put
Integrity,
boost to
though.
a D16, it wakes it up instantly. Like there's no question about it. You put boost to that monster, it'll wake up. That's a high compression H23, and he's going all motor, which, you know, I mean,
Technically, I'd go low compression.
I would go high compression, 10, 15 pounds max with a good head gasket and good ARP studs. Because at high compression, and you don't need that much boost to push you up in the horsepower range. Now, if you're on low compression, you're gonna need a lot more boost to get you up there, if that makes sense. You got high compression and low boost, about 5 or 10 pounds, maybe 15 max on high compression. Good head gasket, good head studs, keep the head from lifting. You'll be up at 500 horsepower on just 15 pounds because of the high compression. Now you can't shoot to 20 or 30 because you're going to blow it up every time. It's, you know, your head studs aren't going to hold, or you're going to run into complications with, you know, the head failing and coolant getting into it. So, I mean, if I was Lewis, I would go boost. I would throw an eBay setup on it real quick and clean, and then run it, tune it, and then go buy the bigger, better parts. That's kind of what I did with this build. I had an eBay manifold, and then I went to a bigger manifold, $1,000 manifold, what I got on Facebook for cheap. So, I mean,
Yeah, you ripped
like,
that guy off.
he didn't know what he had, so fuck him. I got a lick on that one, this manifold. So, anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we're going to see you in the next one. Sorry for blabbing.